So here I am at my college, yet again, just got back from class, and today I'm here to ask a very simple question. Is anybody actually going to miss Club Nintendo? I mean, let's be honest here. What was on Club Nintendo that was actually kind of relevant? I mean, let's compare the two rewards programs with Sony and Microsoft. Sony, you pay for online and you get free games. Microsoft, same exact thing. Well, Sony's is game rental, Microsoft is game rental on next gen, but on the Xbox 360 you actually get free games. And there have been some pretty good, even if they weren't worth very much, there have been some pretty good games on the same generation you've gotten for free just for paying for online, such as Saints Row the Third, The Witcher 2, Halo 3, and Halo Reach. Crackdown, that was a pretty fun game. And there have been some other games like Dust and Elysian Tale that were pretty good. PS4 and PS3 and PS Vita, similar. You've gotten the same kind of games, even if I've not been a fan of their indie game, free game program as much as Microsoft's. They've had some pretty good games on there too. But yet at the same time, Nintendo on the other hand, they're not even giving you recent indie games with their rewards program. Instead, you just have to buy like a Nintendo game, and instead of like having some premium program where you get like, let's just say, the new Mario Kart, like you could download it and as long as you keep paying it, you get it like free as long as you keep paying for it. Instead of having that with like Mario Kart or Zelda or Pokemon, instead of that, you have to deal with the whole thing with, you buy this game, and then after buying so many games, like, let's just say, after spending a few $100s worth in games, you get, like, a free NES ROM. You know, some old game that is, like, I'm not talking 5 years old, I'm talking, like, 15, 20 years old. You get this old game that by now you could probably emulate on even a $20 cell phone from Walmart or Target. That's the kind of stuff you're getting for free with Nintendo. And yet, with Microsoft and Sony, even if they're like 5 years old, or 3 years old, or 2 years old, you're still getting games from the same generation for free without having to spend several $100s worth in games used. And it's a much better value. And yet, Club Nintendo's closing, and yet that's all you had were free game ROMs. Oh, and there were some other things too, such as a Nintendo greeting card set. Some poster for a game that wasn't even, like, one of Nintendo's biggest games? I'm not getting that. I mean, you're not even getting, the only deal that they maybe had that was, like, worth anything was the whole buy 2 copies of Smash and get the soundtrack CD for free. That was probably the only relevant thing they had this year. I mean, their whole reward this year, you know what it was? It was like a bunch of free NES games, basically. It was a bunch of free NES games. You weren't really getting anything that was good this year. Other than pick your own free ROM or whatever. It just sucked. And that's what Club Nintendo has been. It's been disappointment. And honestly, I have to ask this. Is anybody actually going to miss Club Nintendo? Because from what I can see, there wasn't anything good on there in the first place. It just sucked. It flat out sucked. It just did, because you weren't getting anything for all the hundreds of dollars in Nintendo games you spent. I mean, for all that money you spent, you just got crap. I know. But here's the thing, is anybody actually going to miss it? Or are they going to miss it about as much as they do Moot leaving 4chan? Because trust me, nobody's going to miss either. Because that's the thing with Nintendo. I know I've gone on about this for too long, but that's all that needs to be said. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more.